everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Georgie, and I'm sure as you're sitting here, something in your life is stressing you out, whether it be school, work, a relationship, or even what you're going to eat for dinner tonight. So today we're going to talk about 3 different types of stress, its side effects, and some self-help management techniques. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. Alright guys, before we get into the 3 different kinds of stress, let's talk about eustress versus distress. Eustress is good stress while distress is bad stress, and your body can't tell the difference between them, so it reacts as if it is experiencing distress. With that knowledge, let's get into the 3 different kinds of stress. First, you have acute stress. Second, you have episodic acute stress. And third, you have chronic stress. Up first, we have acute stress. This is the most common form of stress and is caused by the demands and pressures of recent and upcoming events. It is a short-term stress that can be exciting or thrilling, but too much of it can be exhausting for your body. Since it is short-term, it doesn't have enough time to have the same negative side effects that long-term stress does. But overdoing the short-term stress can cause psychological distress, tension headaches, stomach aches, and more. Let's quickly talk about the side effects and symptoms of long-term stress. Long-term stress includes the 3 stress emotions: anger or irritability, anxiety, and depression. It can also cause muscular problems such as back pain, jaw pain, headaches, and muscular tension that can result in a pulled muscle or ligament and tendon problems, as well as stomach, gut, and bowel problems, and elevated blood pressure, rapid heartbeat, sweaty palms, cold hands and feet, dizziness, heart palpitations, migraines, and chest pain. Up next, we have episodic acute stress. Those who suffer from this form of stress experience stress more frequently than those who suffer from acute stress. The personality type that is most commonly associated with episodic acute stress is the type A personality. The symptoms of extended overarousal of this form of stress are persistent tension headaches, migraines, hypertension, chest pain, and heart disease. Episodic acute stress can be very difficult for the sufferer to break out of. Their lifestyle and personality issues are deeply ingrained and habitual. That can make them very resistant to change. Finally, we have chronic stress. This kind of stress is felt constantly, such as poverty, dysfunctional families, and the feelings of being stuck in an unhappy marriage or at an undesirable job. This kind of stress occurs whenever a person feels that there is no way out. The sufferer accepts the situation and they don't believe that there is any way to change it. Because of this, they do not try to change their mindset nor their situation. Chronic stress has the most severe and detrimental side effects and symptoms out of all 3. The symptoms and side effects may include violence directed at others or themselves, heart attacks, strokes, and suicide. With all of those negative side effects, let's get into some of those stress management techniques that do not require external help from a doctor or a trained professional. First, identify your stressors. After you've identified your stressors, then observe your habits, your attitude, and your excuses. See if any of those add to your level of stress. A good way to observe and really keep track of everything is by journaling. Next, let's take a look at the 4 A's: avoid, alter, adapt, and accept. First is avoid. Since you have already identified your stressors, you can begin to avoid them. Take control of your environment, learn to say no, and look at your schedule. Is there anything you can let go of that is not necessary? Second is alter. Alter the situation you are in. Express your feelings rather than holding them in. Be willing to compromise and create a balanced schedule. Third is adapt. Adapt to the stressor. Reframe your problems, look at the bigger picture, adjust your standards, and practice gratitude. Fourth and last is accept. Accept the things that you can't change. Don't try to control the uncontrollable. Look for the upside of things and learn to forgive. Before we go, let's talk about a few other things that will really help. These things consist of eating well, exercising consistently, making time for fun and relaxation, building relationships, avoiding alcohol, cigarettes, and drugs, and most importantly, sleeping. We went through a whole lot today, so let's recap really quickly. So we started with eustress versus distress, which is good stress versus bad, and how your body cannot differentiate between the 2. Then we went into the 3 different kinds of stress, which are acute, episodic acute, and chronic. They all have negative side effects, which can range from psychological distress, stomach aches, tension headaches, and on the extreme side, suicide and violence. Some of our self-help techniques include identifying our stressors and observing our habits, excuses, and attitudes. Then our 4 A's were avoid, alter, adapt, and accept. And our last couple bonus ones were eating well, exercising consistently, building relationships, finding time for fun and relaxation, avoiding alcohol, cigarettes, and drugs, and most importantly, sleeping. All right, guys, I know this one was super long, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I will try and shorten them in the future. I hope this topic was interesting to y'all, and if you didn't get a chance to last week, go ahead and scroll on down, find that red subscribe button, hit it and the notification bell right next to it so you can see every time I upload. Also, if you'd like to follow me, I'll link all my social medias down below, but I will also put them on the screen. Also, I don't know. Bye!